showed me this play. And I fell in love with it the moment that she started talking about the premise of it, and I thought, oh, I have to bring this here to MCLA. It's a new show that I think people would really love, and a new style of theater that people haven't seen here before. So really quick, I just want to thank a couple people. So right now we have Caroline, who is our SM, the electrics class for lighting, Jeremy Winchester, who's my advisor, Henry Echevarria, the work study students, Michaela Keeney, Diane Scott, who has offered me so much guidance. Just so you know, for the exits, you might have entered on that side, but you can exit on the other side as well when you go to exit for the show. There's also surveys on each one of your chairs. If you could fill that out, and then there's a box right as you walk out, if you could put that survey in that box. I'm doing the undergraduate research conference, which is what I got the money to do this production for. So if you could fill that out, I need that data to present. And also, there are some sensitive topics discussed in this play. If you do feel the need to get up and walk out, it's totally fine. I just ask that you respectfully get up and go out. So yes, we'll let the show begin. Julie?
Number 5, would you join me on stage? We're serious, please. It won't take long. Number 5. You got a name?
Sam.
Groovy. But I still have a play number 5.
Okay.
to do this. It's my job, actually. I'm just doing my job. Okay, interesting. Thank you. So, sweetheart, as I said before, there should be 2 glasses of water and a vial on stage. Can you see that?
Yes.
Number 5, listen to these instructions, and when I'm done, do it. I want you to choose a glass of water, take the vial and stir its contents into the chosen glass with the spoon, then put the cap back on the vial. Go ahead and be careful, don't spill anything.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm going to keep talking. When you're done stirring, just put the spoon off to the side. You see, vial contains some kind of poison that I, the actor, was given before the performance. Nobody told me it was poison. The producers had been told it should be something like arsenic or potassium cyanide. But I suppose rat poison would do. Anything deadly. Finished with the poison? Oh yeah. Okay. Thanks for your cooperation. Super cool.
Riveting stuff.
Okay, clap hands for number 5. Now, who was number 3? Bravo! The time has come for a rabbit story. Number 3, would you please come here and stand next to me? Nothing to worry about, minimal participation. Thank you. And don't worry about your ID either. I like the look of it. Okay, everyone. Let's suppose that number 3 is a rabbit. A white rabbit. Look at the white rabbit. Look closely. Dear rabbit, would you please walk around a little? Good. Go on. One day, a white rabbit goes to see a play at the circus. At the entrance, a bear stops the rabbit and says, "Ticket!" Like this. "Ticket!" The rabbit says, "I don't have a ticket." Say that you don't have a ticket.
I don't have a ticket.
Ah, no. No, this is no good. We need a bear. Anyone? Would someone please be our volunteer bear? Number 9? That's okay. Thank you for your obligatory participation. Okay, listen carefully. I'll explain it once more and then you guys perform it. Understood? Clap hands. Fantastic. So here is what we are going to do. The rabbit is on his way to see a play at the circus. The bear stops him. The bear says, "Ticket," and the rabbit replies, "I don't have one." Okay? I'll wait till you're finished. Ticket?
I don't have a ticket.
Wonderful. Now what? Well, we have to get the rabbit a ticket. How much is a ticket? Let's say $1. What am I talking about? First of all, there's no such thing as a $1 ticket, not to mention a rabbit that goes to the theater. And furthermore, even if there was a theater-going rabbit, why would it be going to see theater in a circus? But a ticket is a ticket, and he still needs $1. My generous audience, I thank you for the gift of $1 to the poor rabbit.
I guess.
It is the only way our story continues. Mostly when we do this show, if nobody pays, the person who is playing the rabbit has to pay. That's just the way it is. Thank you. Okay, dear rabbit, you will use this money, or whatever money you have at this point, and and you won't care where it comes from. Now, I can tell you the rest. Please act it out as I'm saying it. One day, a white rabbit goes to the circus to see a play. But the bear stops him at the entrance and says, "Ticket." Please act it out as I'm saying it. One day, a white rabbit goes to the circus to see a play. But the bear stops him at the entrance and says, "Ticket, ticket."
I don't have a ticket.
The rabbit somehow finds $1 somewhere, buys a ticket, and is allowed to enter the lobby. In the lobby, again, the bear stops the rabbit and says, "Why are your ears all spread out? Cover them."
Why are your ears all spread out? Cover them.
Oh, I totally forgot to explain this. Rabbits are to cover their ears when they go to the circus. You know why? Of course. Because if they don't, the audience sitting behind them will not be able to see. It's the rule of the circus. So the rabbit covers his ears with a red hat or something. How are you doing, rabbit? I need to speak with you. You know this ear covering business is serious. I don't want to have to ask the bear to eat you. So find something good to be a red hat. Get hooked if you need it. Cover your ears. Go on. Hilarious! Finally, the doors opened, and the now red-hatted rabbit, or just Red Rabbit, finds a seat. The show starts with some fireworks, and then the play begins. A bunch of cheetahs approach the stage and start imitating ostriches. Like this. Now is when I'm supposed to imitate an ostrich. I agreed to do this thing because it was about rabbits. Now suddenly I have to play a cheetah who does an ostrich dance? I don't think that's fair. What it is just what some crazy Iranian writer wants me to do. It's all here. Look. Fucking terrorist. And I didn't call him a terrorist, by the way. It's scripted. He called himself a terrorist. Imitate an ostrich now, says the terrorist. Well, okay, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I can do that. I give you my ostrich. Again, I guess. Ooh. You know ostriches really do that, right? That was my text. That was the actual sound making. Yes, clap hands for me. Maybe a little more. What a play, or something. Back to our story. After seeing such a scene as this, the rabbit cheers. Woo! Takes off the red hat, swings it around, and hoorays. Woo! My lovely rabbit. But rabbit's ears have been exposed. Oh my God, what a disaster! Crow, who has been sitting quietly in the rafters where crows like to sit, pulls out a walkie-talkie and contacts the central office. Who plays the crow? I'll play the crow. Caw! Caw! I wheel around the stage. Good for me. Caw! Caw! What a magnificent crow! Caw! Now I radio the bear. Mrs. Bear, hold up your walkie-talkie. Say, Roger. Roger. Hey Bear, what's your 20? Come on down and take away this unchaste rabbit. He is showing off his ears. People are complaining. Caw! Caw! Mrs. Bear, growl a 10-4. Roar! A gang of bears pours into the hall to take away the rabbit. People sitting in the back rows are shouting, "Hey, we can't see anything! Get the rabbit! Cover those ears!" The bears try to drag the rabbit out. The rabbit resists, but how much can a rabbit resist? How many bears can a red rabbit take on? A bear stumbles, the rabbit escapes. He leaps away. The bears chase him. In a flash, the rabbit reaches the stage. From now on, little bit complicated. The rabbit jumps right into the middle of the stage. The cheetahs, still dancing like ostriches, all startled. Are startled. Okay, I want you to imagine this scene properly. Close your eyes and imagine. Seriously, close your eyes. Eyes closed. Deer, rabbit, and bear. Good. You close your eyes too. It's just me, you can see. By the way, while your eyes are closed, I can decide whether to switch the positions of the 2 glasses of water. I can go over to them right now and move them if I want. Don't look. Remember, I can see you. Good. Back to the story. Eyes closed. In order not to ruin the performance, the red rabbit tries to imitate an ostrich, or rather he pretends to be a cheetah who is imitating an ostrich. 1 or 2 cheetahs who are known as the pioneers try to help the red rabbit. The bears have no choice but to come on stage to make their arrest. To do this, they also pretend to be ostriches, or maybe they act like rabbits who are pretending to be cheetahs who are imitating ostriches. It's weird. It's a weird situation. Nobody is who they are supposed to be. Nobody really is an ostrich. Nobody really is anybody. I don't even know what they're doing. The bears jump up and down and crane their necks. The rabbit crawls on the floor and flaps like a bird. As for the cheetahs, they're just clucking and dancing. The audience, however, is pleased. They applaud. The poor rabbit is exhausted, panting, afraid. In a word, it's a mess. A big, stinking, fucking mess. Open your eyes. Let's see what the writer says next. Clap your hands for the rabbit and the bear so they can take their seats. Okay, let me just stop here for a moment. I have more important things to say, but before that, I think I'd better introduce myself. My name is, one moment, it would be better if someone took notes, because that might be useful later on. Does anybody have a paper and pen? But if yes, only one of you writes on behalf of the others. Who will do this? I appreciate it. My name is Nasim Suleimanpour. Because this might be the first time you've heard such a name, I'll tell you that Nasim is usually a girl's name in Iran. Nonetheless, I am a boy. But I don't know the name or gender of the person who is saying these lines for me. Dear actor, what is your name? Julie. Are you a boy or a girl? Girl. How old are you? 24. Ah, you look younger. Nice to meet you here on the stage. I was born on Azar 19th, 1360 in Tehran. That's December 10th, 1981 in Christian years. I'm Iranian, and being Iranian neither offends nor satisfies me. Someone tell me what day today is. Number 6? What day?
February 15th. I got it.
What day of the week is today?
Saturday.
Thank you. And the date and year?
February 15th, 2020.
Louder, please.
February 15th, 2020.
Okay, thank you. The day that I'm writing this part of the play is April 25th, 2010. So you see how even my time differs from yours. As you confront my words, I know neither the day nor year of your existence. Who knows if I'll even be alive then? But that's what makes this place special to me. I've always had the dream of writing something which makes me free. I'm 29 as I write this, full of hopes and energy. But I'm not free, not enough to travel. I know it sounds silly, but I don't have a passport. It's a rule in my country. A young man has to do military service for 2 years before he can get a passport. Participation is obligatory, like the bear. I tried not to do it, so I can't travel. There are lots of young people like me. Don't ask me who or why, because because I have to be careful what I write. I have to be careful while I'm writing, walking, talking, and drinking. It's the rule of the circus. And I have to say, I don't know anything about you, who you are, watching this. I wish I knew, but that's why I decided to write. You are my future, and my ignorance about you provokes me to think and to write. You see, it tastes like freedom to know there are these other people in one's play, and it tastes like freedom to be able to travel to other worlds through my words. It's a timeless travel, one with no need for a passport. OMG, I can taste it right now. I can smell Paris, New York, Rio de Janeiro, Tokyo, Mumbai, any city I wish. What city are you in right now? Crazy. As I write this, I'm in Shiraz, the place that Persepolis exists. Hafez's tomb and Sadi's tomb also exist. The Aram garden is here, sour orange trees are also here, and they're so close that I can reach out my hand and pick a ripe sour orange from the orange tree blossoms. To me, Shiraz is a part of paradise. That's why I decided to write this part of the play. But where are you? Are you in a venue watching my play? What kind of venue? Where is it? Oh my dear God, would you save a seat for me, an empty seat for me in the front row? You know, I would love to see my show in another language. This is my first play in English. Do you know how hard it is for me to write in English? Really fucking hard. I wonder about you as you confront these words of mine, about your time, location, mother tongue, what you look like, what the person who is performing my play looks like. How do you look, my dear actor? Will you ever travel to Iran? Will you come to see me, alive or dead? What is your blood type? My blood type is O positive. I wear that on a necklace around my neck. I'm 168 centimeters tall, I weigh 76 kilograms, and I'm hairy, like a chewing gum stuck on the floor of a barber shop. If you want to visualize me, my hair is black, my eyes are bluish green, my skin is tanned, and I've got thick eyebrows. Search me on Facebook. Do people have Facebook in your time? Find me on the net. Facebook is filtered in Iran. Many things are, but there are different kinds of software to get around filters. You see, I'm doing all I can. Send me an email, nasim.sn@gmail.com. I'm serious. Are you still taking notes? That's Nasim, spelled Nassim .sn@gmail.com. I hope I can keep this address long enough for you to send me some emails. I promise to answer if I'm alive. Help me feel we are connected. I am also visualizing you. It doesn't matter how many years after writing these words you become the audience of this play. It doesn't matter in which part of the world you exist. Some things are common to all times, all places. For example, I'm sure that there's a chubby person sitting near the front who reminds me of a kind-hearted bear. Or there might be a beautiful woman sitting near the back who will respond with a smile if you just turn and look at her. What beauty! Can you all see her? Go on, turn and look! Now, all the women back there are smiling to prove they're beautiful. And of course, they are all beautiful. I wrote something and I hope you laughed. Bless you. Did you? I can't see or hear you, but I consider you somewhere in my imagined world, and I write to you. So, you see how the past makes the future, and how the future makes the past? But the story doesn't end here. This communication needs an intermediate. If you are sitting in a seat, listening to these sentences, and a person is reading these sentences to you, then the intermediate between me and you is that person, who is called the actor. Simply said, this actor is a cheetah who imitates an ostrich for you. Then if you're an audience member who's participated, if you're number 3, 5, 6, or 9, or if you paid for the rabbit's ticket, even if you are taking notes right now at this very moment, may God save you because you are a red rabbit. Let's review what happened in the first 10 minutes. I wrote, here number 3, or I wrote walk number 3, then the actor of this play read that sentence in a loud voice and one of you started to carry out these instructions on stage. I actually made someone make you do something. I even took some money out of your pockets and placed it in someone else's pocket. So, I was with you and beside you. What do you think of that? Did you do all I asked? What are your limits of obedience? How often will conformity control your thoughts, my rabbits? It's a bit scary, yes, but don't be afraid because you live in my future and this gives you authority over me. You are the audience. You have the right to stand up and leave. You are the actor of this play. You have the right to exit the stage and walk out of the theater. But I will remain among these sentences. It is the best place to live for a writer in my situation. Now it's time for me to explain why I wanted you to take notes. Because the police might call you tomorrow and ask how well you know Nassim Suleimanpour, or whether, in your opinion, he's capable of being involved in a murder. Or if you know where he is, or if you know anything about his death, or you did know if he was a member of a spy ring, or does he eat pork? Why is he so hairy? Or they might ask you how much you know about a play named White Rabbit, Red Rabbit, and who advised you to see this play. They may, or they may not. Maybe the police in your country stay away from the theaters. Or maybe no one there cares about Nassim Suleimanpour. Or maybe he is dead right now in a car accident or in a street protest. So many possibilities. But when the police come, that's when these notes will be helpful. Because no one is above the law, especially in a murder case. Murder? Big word, I know. But yes, murder. It's possible. But I think that a better word for this matter is gun. Gun. Let me explain. We have a play which has gathered us here. At the end of it, the actor who is speaking right now might very well commit suicide. This is a part of the play. And she will not know that this might happen until this very moment of this very reading. She will not know that she is risking her life. Look at her face. Is it straight? Does she smile? Mine is as straight as the devil's. There was a vial placed on stage at the beginning. Do you remember that? The actor you are listening to had number 5 stir its contents into one of the two glasses it is supposed to be actual poison. So the actor has one glass which is supposed to be poisoned and one which is supposed to be safe. My audience, I want you to be sure that she did all I asked for up until now. I want you to be sure, even if you don't know for certain whether or not this is a trick. Maybe my poor actor doesn't know either. Was that powder salt or sugar, or was it rat poison? This is a theater, so it's very probably fake, right? At the end of this play, the actor shall drink from one of these glasses and wait. None of us will know if the actor will die. If they seem to get suddenly sick, none of us will know if this is an act. None of us will know, because the actors who read this text may innocently trust whomever asked them to do this play. If real poison has been stirred into one of the glasses, the actor might lose track of which glass is which. Then again, maybe the actor has a death wish and drinks it on purpose. I don't know. But knowing is not the point. Who else don't we trust? Maybe number 5? Number 5 had the chance to switch the actor's vial with a different one, but again, they probably didn't, right? But what really matters is possibility. What matters is not knowing. A month ago, something strange happened to me. I was asleep in my apartment in Tehran when my cell phone rang. I answered. And after 2 or 3 seconds, my uncle whispered in a strange voice, I shot him. I shot him in the head. I shot him at 1,200 yards plus. Fucking stupid. He thought I couldn't shoot him. He thought it wasn't possible. That's why now he's dead. My mother had to visit my uncle not long before this. She said he was just talking on and on about a red rabbit who comes and stands at a great distance from his hut. He said, cursed animal does not sleep. It's a nightmare. He stands far away from me, chews something, and imitates my limb. I tried to shoot him. Somebody in a TED Talk once said that 19 out of 20 attempted suicides fail, but the people who fail are 37 times more likely to succeed a second time. How much more likely would success be on the third attempt? Does each attempt, each performance increase the possibility? Sometimes I get scared writing this letter. I feel I'm designing a big gun which will shoot somebody one day, maybe even myself. Sometimes I think I'm doing exactly what my uncle did to rabbits. He was crazy about them, and he knew some very strange training methods. In fact, he had a trick that I will now reveal to you, a trick he called Red Rabbit, White Rabbit. Okay. So please just read these sentences distinctly and accurately. My uncle kept 5 white rabbits hungry for a short period of time in a cage. Shall we test this? Yes? Please reply loudly, my audience. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Let's do it together. Okay, I want 5 of the audience to come to the stage. I will choose them in person. You. Cool. Come here, stand next to me. Make a line in front of the audience. Good. Before we start, let's take a picture. Does anyone have a camera? We can use a cell phone. You take the picture when we're ready. Good, I'll set up a pose. Oh, I'll set up a pose. Email it to me after. Now, I want the 5 of you to imitate rabbit's teeth. Just like this. Rabbit teeth. Come on! Rabbit teeth. Ready? Look at the camera. Say, rabbit teeth! Rabbit teeth! Super cool. Remember, nasim.sn@gmail.com. Okay. Stay put, everyone. My uncle kept 5 white rabbits hungry because he believed that hunger accelerates the time it takes to make a decision. He put them all in a cage, which had a ladder in it, and placed a carrot on top of the ladder. As soon as the first hungry rabbit found its way to the carrot, my uncle would color that rabbit red with, like, red dye. So the first rabbit, the one with the carrot, got red, and the rest of the rabbits were soaked with ice-cold water. This process was repeated over and over, and the interesting fact was that the red rabbit separated itself from the others almost every time, reaching the carrots and leaving the others to get soaking wet. But if for any reason another rabbit happened to reach the carrot first, Uncle would make that new rabbit the red rabbit and take the original red rabbit out of the cage. He would then add another white rabbit to maintain the same number. Not so complicated, is it? Listen carefully, and then we'll all perform it once. 5 white rabbits in a cage. Carrot on top of the ladder. The successful rabbit is colored red. The other rabbits are soaked in ice-cold water. Ready? Oh, need a carrot. Somebody give me something to use as a carrot. Anyone? How about you? What is it? Let's assume it's a carrot. I put this carrot on top of the ladder, like here. Now who gets there first? My 5 rabbits. Who here is the most intelligent? Or maybe just the quickest? You! Great! Okay, ready? Get the carrot! Now, I color you in imaginary red paint like this. And I soak the others in imaginary water. Like this. Shiver! Come on, shiver! Ooh, it's freezing. Prick! You piece of shit! You think you're so fucking smart? I get them to meet you. Do you want this one to rip your fucking guts out? Fuck you! Okay. Wonderful. Clap hands for them while they go and sit. Now, pay attention to the results. My uncle said that after several weeks, he began to see changes. The red rabbit would reach the carrot, come down the ladder, and the white rabbits would begin to attack it. First a few, then all of them. So we always have one red rabbit who is attacked by all the other rabbits. But Uncle didn't content himself with this result and continued the experiment. For those rabbits who had been trained for 2 months, he eliminated the ice-cold water. So when the red rabbit reaches the carrot, nothing happens to the rest. The result is interesting. Although the rabbits at the bottom of the ladder don't get wet anymore, they still attack the red rabbit based on their previous experience. Uncle doesn't stop here. He continues this process until all the rabbits in the cage have gradually been replaced by new rabbits. The new rabbits have no first-hand experience about the soaking cold water. Nevertheless, they attack the red rabbit based on the contact they had with their predecessors. My uncle still doesn't feel satisfied. He, who has understood the relationship between all the rabbits and the red one, eliminates the carrot from the game too. The result is incredible. We're faced with a group of rabbits, one of whom randomly climbs up the ladder once in a while, perhaps to find out why he attacked the previous rabbit who had gone over there. And when he does this, he too is attacked. We're faced with a group of So, do you see how the past makes the future and how the future makes the past? Okay. Before we get back to our discussion on suicide, let's have some fun. To accomplish this, I've listed a scenario for you to perform. Yes, you, actor. I want you to read the description aloud. As soon as you've read it, you have 30 seconds to perform it for the audience. Can someone time this? Anyone with a watch or an iPhone? Good. The actor will yell go, then she'll do her thing, and you, timekeeper, will yell stop at the 30-second mark. Got it? Okay. If the audience is pleased, they will clap hands for the actor, and you, actor, can go back to the play. Otherwise, if there is no applause, you have to perform the same part again. This will be very difficult, and I appreciate your effort, dear actor. Okay. Ready? Please act without words. You can use sound effects if you like. The whole story of the red rabbit going to the theater. Do not forget you have only 30 seconds. Okay. Go. Ticket! I don't have a ticket. Oh, here's $1. Okay, here's $1. Ooh. Ooh. I only remember the Cheeto part. Ooh. Ooh.
Time.
Wonderful! Although I didn't see it, okay. Enough fun. On to suicide. Based on my research, there are 17 ways to commit suicide. These ways are generally physical or chemical and briefly consist of 1. Suicide by firearm. 2. Suicide by cutting veins, of which there are 2 types, the wrist and the neck. 3. Suicide by drowning. 4. Suicide by suffocation, which they say is better with helium because it's less painful. 5. Suicide by electrocution. 6. By explosion. 7. By hanging. 8. By jumping in front of a moving vehicle. 9. By road accident. 10. By jumping from heights. 11. By poisoning, which has 3 types: drugs, carbon monoxide, washing chemicals. 12. Suicide by self-immolation. 13. By harakiri or seppuku. 14. By hunger strike. 15. By cutting off the head. 16. Suicide by suicide attack, where an attacker intends to kill others and die in the process. 17. Suicide by indirect means, for example, by provoking the police. In my opinion, the 18th way to commit suicide is called life. Life is the most common way to commit suicide. Life means choosing the longest solution for dying. It means the struggle for suicide through the natural decomposition of the body and the gradual exhaustion of the soul. But in this play, there are other kinds of suicide. I'll tell you how this will work, but first I want to talk to the actor in person. Okay, dear, here's how life goes. It repeats simple choices. You cheat your mom while you are a child and tell her you have already brushed your teeth. Then you cheat your teachers in your exams while you are a student. You cheat on your girlfriend or boyfriend and sleep with somebody else. You cheat your boss at work and call in sick. These cheats, these little rehearsals, train you to die in a particular way. They are all about the last minutes of your life. Your mind learns to cheat itself until that time comes. On that day, when that special life-ending moment arrives, your mind will trick you. Maybe while you are driving your car, maybe you decide to pass a big truck even if it's not wise. You do it because you did lots of unwise things and nothing bad ever happened before. You do it because you are always lucky, and luck is the key to flippancy. So you do it, and you die. Life trains you for big mistakes. My actor, are you trained enough for our moment? Are you slack enough to make a mistake? See, you start to feel a small worry. You may think you'll drink from the clean glass. You may think you remember which glass is the clean one. You may think there is no poison, no possibility of poison, but dear actor, your mind might lie to you. Okay, let me talk to your audience. Dear audience, have you thought about what would happen if this actor makes a mistake? I think you think it's impossible. Okay, let's see if you are right. Dear audience, you choose which one is the clean glass. Left or right? Left or right? I trust you all remembered that you were asked to close your eyes during the show. There are other mistakes you might make. What if this actor knows the play? What if she really has a death wish? Or what if someone at the circus is a crow hidden in the rafters? A crow who has already seen this play and has decided to influence the outcome. I know, unlikely, but believe me, not impossible. Even a red rabbit who has reached the carrot many times and who decides to simply help out the other cold, wet rabbits by coming down the ladder, by giving up her place, even such a rabbit is already dead from the beginning. Because that is her contest, all that remains to her. Within such a cage is the right to choose, death by starvation or death by being torn apart. Let me help you, my audience. Let me write your thoughts for you. I am a writer after all. What if she really drinks it? What if number 5 really poisoned her glass? What if number 5 is secretly a crow or a bear? What if the producers are dickheads and used real poison? What if we all witness a tragedy? Poor little rabbit in a cage. Here are your choices. Get out of the cage and run, number 1. Number 2, stay in the cage and see if it's a trick. This way, you live longer and gain tantalizing knowledge. 3, die. What path do you choose for your suicide? Still want to go on? Are you still reading the play? Dear actor, now we are getting to the exciting part. It seems to me that you are determined to risk your life and finish this play. So, I want you to sit somewhere near the front of the stage, in a chair or on the floor, eye to eye with the audience. Put the glasses beside you, one on the left and one on the right. Take a good hold of my script and read on. Go ahead, get the glasses, and sit. It's a strange feeling, but someday these lines may serve as my defense. My name is Nassim Suleimanpour, the author of What Is Before You, a machine for ending life, a machine without any positive or negative worth. You are the witnesses of what will be a successful or an unsuccessful experiment for this suicide machine. I take full responsibility for creating the machine, but I give you the responsibility for using it. After all, no one puts the inventor of the gun on trial. Now and through this writing, I testify that no one needs my permission to perform this play, just as no one obtained permission from the inventor of the gun to shoot a bullet into their brain, or anyone else's brain for that matter. Although right here I confess that I am guilty, but my sin is greater than the potential deaths of those who read these lines. My sin is all the time. I have had to spend learning the secret of the red rabbit. And right here, I, Nassim Suleimanpour, declare that I do not know the time and location of this performance. Instead, it is you, spectators, who are there. You are there. You are participating. And I warn you that one of these glasses could contain some unknown substance that might destroy the body which has been lent to my words. It could, dear actor. Do not, my spectators, slink from this hall and console yourselves with the placebo thought that the glass drank from was not poisoned. I testify here that if you are a passive viewer of this suicide, you are more a sinner than me, and society is obliged to confront you with this severest punishment. Severest punishment. Of course, it is always and sometimes only the red rabbit who pays the highest price. In conclusion, I have to say that sometimes I feel what I'm writing is not my writing. I sometimes feel that some other me lives inside me, and that me talks on my behalf, and almost as someone to whom I have lent my body. Or maybe I'm reading from someone else's writing, or someone else, some other me, is loudly speaking. Me for you. Okay, now it's time to pass this text to someone else. When you, actor, say the words "white rabbit" coming up in a few sentences, you shall read no more. You shall place the script before you and await instructions. Then, a member of the audience must come and pick up the script from the stage and read the last part of the play to all of us. This audience member could be anyone. Any one of you. Maybe number 11, maybe number 8. I don't know who it will be, but someone must come forward. Don't worry, it's only a couple pages. These are my last few sentences from your mouth, dear Red Rabbit, or maybe even the last sentences you ever speak. Ready? My audience, upon hearing the words "white rabbit," I kindly ask one of you to go onto the stage, pick up the script, and read the rest aloud. White rabbit.
Hi, my greetings to you who have picked up my text. I wish I could hear your voice. I don't know your number, but it's not important. The important fact is you succeeded in separating yourself from the others and climbing the steps of the carrot ladder to reach my text. I call you Red and name you the new Red Rabbit. My dear Red Rabbit, now that you have finally reached the carrot, bite it with appetite. As soon as you come down the ladder, cold, hungry rabbits will be waiting. They will say you were not a good reader, or they will say that they would have done it better if they had wanted to be on the stage. This is what they usually do. They bite. Whenever you bite a carrot, the hungry rabbits bite you in response. That's not their fault, that's their nature. Now, look at the previous reading. What do you see? There she is, sitting on the stage beside two full glasses of water. Look at it. Look at the audience facing you. Some of them don't doubt for a moment this actor would drink poison. What do you think? Do you care? Look at the actor again. Who is this actor? Is this actor herself? Is she someone else? Is she acting a role? Is she now a young writer for my rank? Time has come. Now she must raise the glasses. Soon I'll ask her to drink. The choice will be hers. Which glass did she pick? Dear audience, does anyone have anything to say?
Mix them and still drink.
You can just sit there and watch if you prefer. After all, why would anyone poison anyone? Okay then. So I have to set up a new law for you. After hearing the end, everyone must leave the theater. The only one remaining will be the actor. You may not touch her. You may not check her health. Dead or alive, she will want to lie down on the stage for a time and think about everything. Still, anybody want to dissuade her? Okay. Ready? The moment has come. The choice is yours. Drink. Good. Now, lie down. Close your eyes. Good. You're done, my rabbit. I thank you. Note taker. You may now stop recording. Perhaps let me know what you've seen. You have my email address. And you, my new red rabbit, now you own my words. Take my text with you, if you want. Take it as a gift for what you've done. It might be useful. Who knows? I want you to now show the audience the exit and guide them out with respect. I'm talking to you. Come on, guide them. All right, come on, let's go. Get your little note things. Don't forget your little surveys. Do we take the camera? I don't know. All right, we're not taking the camera.